Trump goes full MAGA as he picks allies and loyalists to fill his second administration. Full Make America Great Again. I said I was going to do it. Bada bing, bada boom. As a Trump ally says that President-elect Trump will have a more cohesive, more MAGA team in his second administration. That's kind of something that everybody talked about in his first administration, right? He didn't really have people that were, I guess, fully dedicated to him. Remember how there was a lot of those leaks happening in his first administration in 2016? There was a lot of those people that were kind of holdovers from the Obama administration. And there was rumors that those were where the leaks were coming from. That was kind of where all the issues were. And some of those holdovers from the Democrat side of the aisle sat there and told Trump, who Trump kind of, he's a business guy. You have to let the people below you kind of manage and decide things on their own and then give you recommendations. Well, he took recommendations from people that gave him bad recommendations. And that's why there was a lot of firings, a lot of turnover. And you gotta learn. And Trump, obviously, as a businessman, learns from his mistakes and gets better. So he aims to turn the nation's capital upside down. And we are seeing that with these picks. There is no clearer statement than what Trump is doing here. And he's turning allies and supporters of his MAGA movement and first agenda quickly to assemble his second administration. He's putting them in top positions, which is great to see. The former and future president is clearly placing plenty of emphasis on loyalty as he makes increasing provocative picks for his top cabinet posts. And unlike 8 years ago, when the first-time politician first took control of the White House, he is not in the market for establishment types. This week's announcement from the president-elect, he has been nominating a lot of people. Matt Gaetz, I'd say, is the one that stirred the most. People are like, oh, God, this one's, I don't know. But according to the Patriots in the chat yesterday, you guys were really stoked about that. So if you're stoked, I'm a little bit more optimistic about it, which is good, because normally I'm a pessimist. Now, I want to get into this. I was sitting there, and as you guys know, I wake up pretty early here to do the show, and that's not a complaint. It's just I'm getting the news kind of earlier than maybe some people even wake up. And there was this post by Vivek, and I want to find it here because I posted it to my X page. And he was talking about, it's Elon post, damn it. Well, I have to find it now. I posted Elon's post. Elon's post was about Vivek's post, and Vivek was saying, hey, we're going to be sending stuff back to basically the founding. There's so much stuff going on that we're going to take things back. And here's Donald Trump kind of talking a little bit about that.
And you have Vivek Ramaswamy. It's taken people a long time, and now that name is emblazoned into their brain. But Vivek, wherever you may be, where are you, Vivek? Thank you, Vivek. Good. He's working with Elon on efficiency. They're working on efficiency, among other things, and they're going to be saving a lot of money and making our country stronger and better. And they'll be coming out with individual reports, but a big one toward the end. And you put those two together, it's going to be really great. So we look forward to seeing it, working with Elon, and that'll be a great experience. You're going to learn something from Elon, I think, right? It's going to be great. Thank you very much, Vivek. And great job. What you've done is fantastic.
I think it kind of goes both ways. It's not only is Vivek going to learn stuff from Elon, but Vivek knows a lot about how, all this stuff works. I mean, this guy's written a lot of books. He's been around it. So I think they're going to learn a lot from each other. And I don't know if they're the ones that it's going to be responsible for actually cutting these. Based on what he's saying there's going to be a report. And I guess this report's supposed to come out in 2026 or something. So it's going to be like a year and a half into Trump's term. I don't know if he's talking about slashing stuff after the report comes out, or if they're going to get the report and go, we're cutting all this stuff. I'm not sure. But I'm hoping that we get some big cuts because, like I said, Vivek had a post here and said, we're sending stuff back to the way things used to be. And we need to send it back to how the founding was created. And why don't we just kind of go through this a little bit together here? We are very grateful to the thousands of Americans who have expressed interest in helping us at Doge. I saw everybody writing Doge in the chat. I had to. It's Doge. We don't need more part-time idea generators. We need here we go. Hey, if you need a job, here we go. Super high IQ small government revolutionaries willing to work 80 plus hours per week on unglamorous cost cutting. If that's you, DM this account with your CV. If you want to pay me good money. Now, I'm not saying I'm high IQ, but if you want to pay me good money, I'll do it. I'll be unglamorous as long as you let me do my show. You wouldn't believe this government agency spending $5 billion. And I just come out here and tell all of you. Here we go. The government shouldn't be in the business of giving away free money. Uncle Sam isn't supposed to be Uncle Sucker. Correct. That stands in contrast to the many government bureaucrats who A, do little or no work, B, tell people only what they want to hear, and C, make more money than the value they create. God, I love Vivek. He's the best. He's the best. So here we go. I want to see this clip with him on Sean Hannity.
When Ronald Reagan became president, on the issue of defense, he called it a gap of vulnerability. China, Russia, they have hypersonic missile technology. We do not. We're going to have to spend a lot of money on defense to catch up and to surpass our enemies. Social Security, Medicare are headed towards insolvency. We'll have to spend money there. To me, that money is going to be made up through energy dominance. That's where I think our greatest opportunity is. Your thoughts?
Look, part of what's holding back energy dominance in this country is that administrative state. Look at the regulations coming out of the Department of Interior, the slow permitting requirements, how hard it is to open a new refinery. So I think that is the root cause of our failure as a country, is this unelected fourth branch of government. And I think they look at elected officials as these cute little puppets that come and go every little while. Not anymore. There's a new sheriff in town. Donald Trump's the president. He has mandated us for radical, drastic reform of this federal bureaucracy with the learnings of that first term. And you look, Elon and I mean, Elon's solving major problems of physics. I came from the world of biology. What we're solving here now is not a natural problem. This is a man-made problem. And when you have a man-made problem, you better darn well have a man-made solution. That's what we're bringing to the table. We're assembling the brightest minds in the country. This is the equivalent of a modern Manhattan Project to take on, I think, the major problem holding our country back. It's the federal bureaucracy. Target that cost, right. Save the money, restore self-governance. And Sean, I think we did something pretty novel here, if I may say so. If I just want to say is this Department of Government Efficiency, it is built with an end date. We want to be done by July 4th, 2026. So for the first time in history, creating a department, creating a new government project that is designed to end when its work is complete. That's on the 250th anniversary of America's Declaration of Independence. And that's the gift we want to give this country on that birthday.
This guy does it all. He does it all. He just gets it. I got goosebumps again. Did you hear that last thing he said? Did you hear that? And that was one of my questions, and he answered it. Thank you, Vivek. Thank you, Elon. Thank you, Trump, for understanding how shit is supposed to work. Thank you. God, it's about time somebody gets it. What did he say there at the end? He said, this has an end date. That's important because I'm so tired of these government agencies getting implemented, and they always grow. You never see a government agency get shut down. You never see that. Thank you, sir. Thank you. God, man, these people are, this is what we needed. This is why you don't get these bureaucrats. This is why you don't get these freaking politicians in there, because this is how things are supposed to be ran. We have a country again. We have a freaking patriotic country that's going back to the founding of how things are supposed to be. Here we go. Oh, I want this clip right here. Here we go. He's going to bring a chisel and a chainsaw. Yeah. God, Vivek, you're so good. He's good.
It was not the destination. It was the start line for the revival of this country. The cabinet picks this week, you know what? Donald Trump wasn't afraid in putting Tom Homan and Kristi Noem in charge of the mass deportations of millions of illegals for this country. But I also want to thank him for making sure that Elon Musk and I are in a position to start the mass deportations of millions of unelected federal bureaucrats out of the D.C. bureaucracy. That, too, is how we're going to save this country. And I don't know if you've got to know Elon yet, but he doesn't bring a chisel. He brings a chainsaw, and we're going to be taking it to that bureaucracy. It's going to be a lot of fun. But I do want to say this, is that we've been taught to believe over the last 4 years that we have become a nation in decline, that we're at the end of the ancient Roman Empire. All we have is to fight over the scraps of some shrinking pie. I don't think we have to stay that nation.
What is this? Is that like a light in case they need to read something? I don't mean to cut him off. I'm just like, this is my guess, right? A light to shine on your papers if the teleprompter goes out? I don't know.
Nation in decline. I think with what happened last week, we're back to being a nation in our ascent. A nation whose best days are actually still ahead of us. I couldn't tell you last year that it was morning in America. It's not. It's not yet, but on January 20th, it is going to be morning in America, the start of a new dawn, the start of a country where our kids are going to grow up and we're going to tell them and mean it that you get ahead in the United States again with your own hard work and commitment and dedication, that you're free to speak your mind at every step of the way, that the best person gets the job regardless of their skin color. I think most of us agree on it. The next 4 years, it's just the beginning. It's not the end of the chapter, it's the beginning. And I think the work that's going on here at AFBI sets the course not just for the next come back to the White House on January 20th. That is just the beginning of our best days as a nation, still yet ahead of us. Thank you all for supporting the mission here. Thank you all for your love of this country. Do not stop fighting until we get this job done. And 4 years from now, we're going to say not make America great again, but keep making America greater. Thank you all. God bless you and your families. Let's enjoy the celebration, and may our best days be ahead. Thank you.
And he's a good speaker, huh? That guy, that's a guy that has his bleep together. They're going to be cutting a bunch of stuff. His number one issue is the FDA, as it is that it erects unnecessary barriers in innovation to replicate phase 3 studies instead of 1, refusal to accept valid clinical results from other nations, etc. This stops patients from accessing promising therapies and raising prescription drug costs by impending competition. So the agency staff have basically disregarded the impact of daily decisions. So Vivek's going to sit there and cut. Nothing but great stuff coming from Vivek Ramaswamy.